Hey everybody, this is Tim with Op-Ed Daily. I am talking to you today because Benjamin Netanyahu gave up on trying to force the United States to stop dealing and negotiating with Iran. Right here from the Daily Times, cutting losses on Iran nuclear deal, Israel eyes small print. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has begun to signal that Israel could resign itself to an Iranian nuclear deal that would leave its enemy with some uranium enrichment capability, a compromise he has long opposed. Now, this is funny because I know that he didn't just give up on trying to combat our negotiations. There's no way. This man thinks that he is God's gift to earth. So there's no way that he just swallowed his pride and said, okay, I give in. This is reasonable enough. No. What happened was he got caught spying on the United States and got caught delivering that information to Republicans in our Congress, trying to screw up foreign policy negotiations, which is a huge screw up, if I must say so myself, because that right there is something that would cause Israel and the United States to go Splitsville with one another. And if we didn't go Splitsville over that thing with them spying on us, I would have a huge issue with that. So I applaud Barack Obama for sticking to his guns and telling Benjamin Netanyahu to go F himself, essentially. So what happened is Benjamin realized that he was stuck. He was going to lose, $6 billion a year in aid that we give them for no reason other than, I guess, the taxpayers deserve to pay them money for whatever reason. So he knew he was going to lose that plus a trusted ally. And he couldn't live with that, and I'm sure that wouldn't make him look very good with the people in Israel. So he decided to go ahead and just let it go and let it happen. Because I tell you what, Iran having nuclear weapons, even if that's what they're going for, because that's not what they say they're going for. They say they want power plants. And I believe them. A lot of countries around the world have nuclear power plants or try to get them. Iran having them isn't that big of a problem because they don't go around instigating wars with everybody like we do. They don't go around picking on people like Israel does. They don't go around bitch slapping the next person that gets in front of them. They don't do that. Historically, Iran has been a very non-violent country. If you don't believe me, just Google it. You can take my word for it or not, but it's true. That's factual. So them even having nuclear weapons isn't really an issue for me because a lot of countries have nuclear weapons. And to me, the only defense from a nuke is a nuke. Because if you have a nuke, you're less likely to be nuked. So it boggles my mind, this whole pushback with Israel. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what it was between Israel and Iran that caused them to become quote-unquote enemies. I'll have to look that up. But, Israel hates Iran, and so does the United States, which is kind of funny because now we're fighting in wars with them against ISIS. That's right. Iran is fighting alongside us against terrorists. Because Iran doesn't like terrorists any more than anybody else does. I know there's a lot of talk out there about how Muslims are these horrible people and they're just all terrorists and fundamentalist Islam. And, you hear the talking heads on the right like Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity. They're always railing about how horrible and evil these, Muslims are. But that's just not true. I mean, it just is not true. Yeah, there is a certain sector of that religion that does that, but there's also a certain sector of the Christian religion that does that as well. Look at all these, right-wing militia groups that pray to God every time they go outside with all their weapons and stuff and play soldier. So, every religion has its extremist point of view, but we can't paint them all like that because it's just not true. Most of them want peace. So that's all for now. I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was funny that Benjamin Netanyahu is now backpedaling for something that he has felt so strongly against for so many years. And when I say strongly, I mean this guy was basically trying to tell the United States what they could and couldn't do. And I applaud And I am thankful that Obama was in the White House at this time, because if it had been a Republican, they would have bent over and let Benjamin Netanyahu give it to him in the place we can't talk about on YouTube. I guess maybe I could, but I'm not going to, because this is a family-friendly podcast here. So that's all for now. I will keep you updated if anything else comes about. So subscribe if you want to keep on top of this incident, along with other things going on in the world. If you like it, hit the like button. Please share it. All right, we'll see you guys later.